made it to the National Museum of Funeral History. I've been wanting to check this place out for quite some time. There's the front doors. Let's go check it out. So this is the funeral of George and Barbara Bush. And this is George H.W. Bush, 41st President of the United States. And here's the train that he was in. So you still know we're in this time period. We have a sign. This is a black fabric covered casket bier used at the funerals of President Gerald Ford and President George H.W. Bush. Former First Lady Bird Johnson, Elizabeth Ford, Nancy Reagan, Barbara Bush. This hearse was used in Ronald Reagan and Gerald Ford's funeral service. So we're not the only ones being filmed, we're also being filmed by a camera. Welcome to the presidential funeral. It's a replica of his mask when he died that somebody made. 1865. And there's the guy's name down there. And here is Abraham Lincoln's coffin. This is a replica of Abraham. Still pretty creepy seeing it like this. So here's the Lincoln train that he was carried on when he passed away. And he's being taken out of the train, carried by Union soldiers. Getting ready to be put inside this little thing. Escorted by 6 black horses. It's a lot of horses that they used. That's a picture of Abraham Lincoln made of pennies that someone did. The pennies of Abe. And there's also a couple of coins on each side as well. Pennies, different dates, different time periods. Abraham Lincoln funeral train route. It shows Washington, D.C., Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York, Ohio, Indiana. All the states, different dates, from April to May, 1865. Here are some artifacts from Lincoln. There's the gun. That's not the actual gun, but that's a replica of the gun that they used. So this is a picture of George Washington. You want to see something that's really interesting? When you go up, this is a copy of George Washington's funeral bill. The total was $99.25, which is almost $100. And then on the right, it says eulogy. A copy of George Washington's eulogy, dated 1800s. So what you're looking at is the actual embalming machine they used on President Henry S. Truman, however you pronounce his name. He died December 26, 1972. That's pretty creepy, honestly, and weird at the same time that this is still here, but hey, it's history, I suppose. He's making a coffin, that's what that sound is. All this stuff up there, that's what they used to make coffins, been prepared and sent out. And look at the picture on the wall. That's what they did. So we're now entering history of the embalming. This is during the time the Egyptians knew what they were doing. It's a big old sarcophagus over there. And there's a mummy. So this is Civil War embalming. This guy's doing whatever he's doing, either pumping out the blood or putting in the embalming fluid in the body, getting it prepared and sent out to be buried. So the coffin you're looking at to the left, that's where they put the body, but not only did they put the body in there, they put ice and stuff to keep it cool, because during the 1800s they usually left the body out for the family to see. That's where they would have the wake during that time period. So here's all the embalming and fluid. All different brands. These are the tools that they used back in the day. We still use these kind, but we have evolved to where they're a lot better than what they were during 1800s and early 1900s. So you're looking at a mourning box. This is where they have the human hair. They would put them in wreaths and stuff like that. Thank God we don't do that today, because that's kind of disgusting. Hopefully we don't do it today. And also someone else pointed out that they made jewelry. I'm glad we don't do this anymore. Every time I go somewhere to film, there's always something moving. It's got to be haunted. Leave a comment below if you think this place is haunted. It could be.
That you were supposed to be in mourning for 6 months after your first embalming.
1888. You can see the rug on the left hand side and on the sign. So what you're looking at is 19th century mourning clothes. This is for the women. I don't see anything for the men, but most of the time men would die earlier than the women. They still do today. But it's interesting to see this.
So during the first 6 months, you had to be in deep mourning.
Okay, so the first 6 months.
And you're expected to wear dull black and all your clothing and everything. And after the first 6 months of the second year of mourning, you were allowed to wear black silk or crepe de chine.
That's crazy.
And then after 2 years, you could wear normal clothing.
That's interesting history. I didn't even know that.
Really?
So if you ever wondered what it looked like inside a coffin, this one is what it looks like. Just like a bed. And then they would close the lid and be ready to bury. So these are a generation of hearses. And that's where they put one of the coffins. The Wizard of Oz is on the right. That guy managed to make his way inside this museum. He was only on screen for 13 seconds. He's one of the Munchkins. Suspense and thrills. People who have managed to make it on the wall here. I see Alfred Hitchcock on here. Michael Jackson. And apparently there's a little ticket here for his memorial the day he died. This is the actual one. The King of Pop, a celebration of life of Michael Jackson, 1958 to 2009. And then right next to him, you have Elizabeth Taylor. So what you're looking at is the 27 Club. All the people who were magicians at the age of 27 have passed away. Lots of people on there. Robert Williams, these are the actual shoes that he used in Forrest Gump when he was walking. There's a movie on the right hand side called RV that he was once in. This guy has passed away. Oh, these are the actual hiking boots that he wore in the movie RV. I thought it was Forrest Gump, but I guess not, so this is what he used in the movie. Wild Wild West actors that have passed away as well. And on the left hand side, this is Marilyn Monroe. This is her actual tomb that they used. Nowadays they replaced it with a different color. So this is the original, like I said. The one in Los Angeles, California is just a duplicate. But it's nice to see they have the original one here. And you can see there's kiss marks on there. So here's a money casket. Apparently someone actually broke into this casket and stole $1,000. I don't know why someone would do such a thing. So the story behind this big casket is there's a family. The husband was gonna apparently take wife, the child, and then his life right afterwards. Apparently they changed their mind. husband died of natural cause 20 years later, and now it's sitting here in a museum. The woman who ordered the casket wanted a refund, but apparently it was donated here, so now this is it. This guy is actually buried in New Orleans. I have never found his tomb yet, but he is very, very popular. He's a jazz player, and there's his clarinet. Celebrating the lives and the deaths of the popes. Whoa. They did a good job putting him together for a mannequin. This is creepy. So this is one of the men that would carry the Pope on his throne, and when he died, you have to have someone that does something like that. Pictures of the Pope going places, greeting people. It looks like he's looking right at me. Same with this guy. Pretty creepy. And it looks like these are the robes that he wore, or that the popes wore.
And he received the piano during a Catholic rite of the singing God. The man with the extraordinary made one last short appearance before his people.
Many thousands of people gathered in rooms in Coffin Square.
Whoa. There's his guards and his body. Wow. So this right here is what they use to shatter his ring, to let him know that he has left Earth. And there you go. This is the actual pictures of the Pope. This is the Pope's coffin. Apparently it's in multiple layers. 1, 2, 3. And here's one of the tops. So this is what the body will look like when it's all wrapped up. It's getting ready for cremation. Here's a lot of urns through times. Here's another section of urns. At the very top, on this top row, you can have your custom made urn for $1,500. That's a lot of money. So this is a Mexican. This is the Day of the Dead. They celebrate death unlike we do. They do it a lot different than other countries. And as you can tell, that's somebody's grandmother. That's pretty much how they would set up everything to celebrate their life with their grandmother or any family member. If you look in the back, look at that skeleton. It's kind of creepy. Somebody stalking you outside your window. I guess that lets you know right there, death is waiting at you at any corner. Creepy. Found even more hearses. Different time periods, like I said. Oh, Okay, that's kind of bizarre. So there's like an onion, a fish, a crab, a lobster, a chicken, some type of tiger, bull, car, airplane, and an eagle. These are all custom made coffins. So we saw the museum. It was pretty interesting. It's time to head on to the next spot and a location. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you there.